What's up, people? What's going on? You know who it is. It's your man, Black Cobra. I'm back once again with the Wheel Life Show. Yes, we're doing back to back because next week I will be in Puerto Rico. Yes, he will. But I'll be wheelless. But I will be there, making it happen. All right, so today we are going to talk about the EX.N. We are going to talk about the EX.N Sport. We are going to talk to, once again, my man, Daniel from EUC Service. So without further ado, let me bring him in. What's up, Daniel? How you
Hello.
doing, buddy?
How are you guys?
It's good to see you,
Hello.
man. It's good to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
show. So
Thank
you
you very much for inviting me.
Yes, definitely. You blew me away, buddy. You blew me away. And I don't know if everybody feels that way. But let me tell you, the EX.N Sport, looking at the stats on that, because it was what, 118 kilometers per hour on the lift test? That's just wild. So that
Yeah,
translates to about what, 74 miles per hour, 74 point something or something like that? If
you
I'm
need
correct.
to recalculate it. I use metric system.
I can tell you. Hold on. How fast is 118 kilometers per hour?
I
Let's.
didn't catch that.
Oh, she didn't hear
Try
me.
tapping above to edit.
How fast is 118 kilometers per hour? This is how I convert everything. How fast is 118 kilometers per hour? Uh,
It's
no, she heard
111.20.
180.
Seven, 73
Sorry, I
miles.
couldn't quite hear
Point
you.
Yeah,
three.
right. 75
Google
point.
Google is faster.
Yeah, I thought it was 74.3, but 75.3 even better. All right, I'm
73.
I'm
Sorry, 73.
73. Okay. So
Point
70
three.
rounded up 74 miles per hour. So let me tell you right now, that's crazy fast. Crazy, crazy fast. And of course, put load on top of that. So we dropped that what, 10 miles. Um so maybe we drop it down 10 miles to 64. So even if we called it a 60 mile per hour wheel, that's crazy, right? And it's
We need to test it on the dyno first. How much
okay.
we can manage to make on the dyno, like we used to do it with MSS before.
Okay.
Because at the moment we wait for our dyno to be ready by the end of the April, and
Okay.
we will stand on it, test it on different. It will be like we can just change the weight of the rider and
Uh-huh.
check it on the different riders' weight.
Okay, so you can
So
make the
before
adjustment so
before
then you can tell.
yeah, I was riding it like 60 kilometers per hour and was testing how much it wants like accelerate. So it was it has less torque from start,
Right?
but it had like middle torque bigger. So at 55 it just like wake up and wants to go. So I think it might be a really fast wheel. But to put it on the market, we need to make test everything. So before that, it is not available for sale.
Ah, okay. So it's
And
not, we can't
you,
sell
you
it yet.
yeah, we don't sell it. We take orders for standard EX.N. So during that time when standard EX.N will appear in service,
Okay.
the customer can have opportunity to pick the sport or EX.N. It depends what they want.
Okay.
So until that time, we cannot release it until it will be tested on the dyno.
Okay. All right.
I am
So,
riding it. I am riding it, but it is
mhm.
not enough at the moment. We
Okay.
need to check all scenarios.
All right. So, before we go any further, let me just say what's up to everybody in the chat here. You know, Mickey's in here. Law jumped in. We got Wheelworth from Poland. Real Talk. Thanks, Real Talk, for the super chat, brother. We got Simon. Simon, what's up? He says, good
Thank you
day.
for coming.
Good day, Simon. Andy Drew. We got Mick Walker. What's up, brother? Leo, what's up? Good to see you, Leo. Zoom Wheels Brian, what's up? What's up? We got AK in the house. Rob Hitch, my man, what's up? So let's see. We got Reed Carson, Michael Kowalski. Okay, Michael, I don't know if you were here before. Welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, let's see. Mickey says, how is it that we have third-party guys making wheels better than the manufacturers? But to be fair, would you say that you didn't make the wheel, you just made it better?
Yeah. Yes,
Right.
we just try to make it better as it came from the factory. It was always our goal for 5 years. So you know, I was looking for the opportunity to change it for better,
Okay.
always.
Okay. And
And
you're definitely doing that.
this is what I like to do, And basically, at the moment, we change many wheels, not only EX.N. We were working on Sherman EX.N Sport. It was like our five or six version, and out of six, I picked two of them. Of course, the highest torque and the highest speed, because
Huh.
people need speed at the moment, and also to adjust it. You must make a lot of tests, electrical tests, check the battery consumption, everything. So to make it needs time, and people are asking me when it will be ready. I understand it, but without these tests, we cannot put it to the market, because we want to succeed like on the MSS, that it was issue free for the customers and they are happy until that moment, and there was no problem for the service and for the customer himself.
Okay, so what you're saying is, unlike some of the companies that are sending out the wheels to us, you actually doing all the tests. Okay, that makes sense to me. That's one of the things we were talking about. We need more actual testing, so we appreciate it definitely, because we don't mind being crash test dummies. Hang on one sec. We don't mind being crash test dummies if we need to be, because we love these wheels, but I don't think that we really need to be. So that's one of the things that we are trying to avoid. So I appreciate you going out of your way to make sure that that doesn't happen. So let me ask you this: what's your
you
favorite
know
wheel?
this is this we focus on safety the most of all, and I was always thinking about making the wheels more safe for everyone. And about the safety, what happened recently to Gotway, and it can happen to other brand, yeah. But we need to know also what is happening inside the wheel, what was changed, because people don't have such knowledge when they buy the wheel.
Yeah.
So I prepared some things just to show to the guys, because the wheels which come to the service, we make them better and send it to customers. We don't wait for the company to change it, and they are safe. When they will implement something new, we can also implement it to the customer wheel. So we will send the solutions to him,
Okay.
and we
Well,
can, at the moment I can show what was improved, in what happened that it failed. I can also tell you what I think about it if you want to know.
Okay,
And
so you're saying that
how
when people have these
how it
issues that you are diagnosing them, but you're giving them the issue, you're letting them know what's going on so they're not in the dark.
we are contacting Gotway all the time. We have like everyday contact, and we talk to Gotway what's supposed to be improved and how they can make it. We give them
But
some
do they
tips about
listen?
it. Yeah, because I think they are so much, all the Chinese companies they are so much busy to releasing, and they race with each other to release new product that they forget to just about quality control and testing. Yeah, it happened to Kingsong, to Gotway, to InMotion, and when I take a look on this, and I know how we love the wheels and how we want them, I just take the first batches and tear it apart and check it. Or so they sent me the pictures before they sent wheels to service. Just I know if it is worth to order more than 1 to 3 wheels.
Okay.
There are so many proved things they just did in wheels that you don't need to worry about. I mean, the batteries they use so far worked, and I have the BMS here from one of the batteries from Gotway. These BMSs they are working since ACM or earlier.
So
The
that's the
same.
BMS itself?
Yeah. It's a BMS itself without the soldering battery cells.
Okay.
It's just removed the broken one. It's removed from the. I need to check it on the
Okay.
camera.
Yeah.
It's removed from one of the wheels. Yeah.
Okay.
We have like lots of them. We change them often. Just they fail because of the biggest current they use, and at the moment Gotway improved. These are the MOSFETs which take whole load of the electrical system from the charger. Yeah. I need to
Oh, so
show it, but
that's what blows the most. We talk about that a lot, the MOSFET.
yeah. Yeah. But they changed it recently, and they put the bigger MOSFETs with TO2 220
Okay.
shells, which can handle more because also they improved them to use the bigger chargers.
Okay, good.
But
So that means they are hearing what you're saying and they're listening a little bit at least.
not I'm not a hero like but I am telling them what to do. Also, Archie is telling
Right.
them what to
Yeah,
do.
Panda also tells. As a matter of fact, let me scroll through and see if he's in here yet. And thank you, Real Talk, for the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. How can you get the EX.N Sport in America ASAP? This with a U-Rail Epic. Yeah, not yet. He's testing. He's still testing. And I did want to say, Freestyle 7. Yeah, you're right. The Monster Pro. I'm glad you ordered it. That's fantastic. And actually, it was Mick who said that the wheel, yes, is faster than I can convert. You're right. So, yes, Mickey says he needs the EX.N Sport. Yes, Mickey, I'm telling you, all of us do. When I saw that, I was like, I can't wait. So I'm hoping that all the tests go well and he's able to offer that to us. Let's see. According to BeGold users, he said, Wheelware said, according to BeGold, users are the testers. I know we're crash test dummies. I know. Jose, what's up, brother? Good to see you. So AK said he ordered the EX.N standard version from you today, Daniel, on your website. So
Thank
that's
you.
good. That's the second person said they ordered.
He
That's
can
good.
he can he
And
can check. He can change it to EX.N Sport if he wants.
okay, so you can change the EX.N
Uh,
Sport, and then once he's done testing, you can get it.
yeah. So his order is being processed, and
So
during that time, until it will come to me, he can change decision and take
okay,
Master Sport
so
or EX.N Sport.
he can pre-order it now though. They can pre-order the EX.N Sport now if they wanted to go to your site.
Yes, of course. They can pre-order
Okay.
EX.N. EX.N,
So,
just EX.N, not EX.N Sport. EX.N Sport is not released yet until it will be, finished. And
but that's what he was saying, is that he ordered the EX.N standard and he was hoping to he. So you were
yes,
saying he
yes,
could change it to the
yes,
Sport.
of course.
So if someone went now and put in an EX.N order, then when the Sport becomes available, then you'll let them know. What's your turnaround time to the US? Do you know, with all the shipping issues, do you know what the turnaround time would be for you?
We found solution to ship to US and to Canada, like 60 kilograms packages.
Okay.
So it won't be the problem to ship it to US.
Okay.
We are concerned. We have concern about the hazardous materials at the moment. We talk to UPS about it, and maybe we will need the special shipping company who will just
Right.
have the special
So you're working on it.
agreement. Test. Yeah, at the
Okay.
moment, yes, but it is. I think we can make it like within 7 days
Oh wow.
from here. Yeah, it was. We sent to V. It was like 7 days, and she.
Okay, let me show
She can,
them real
no,
quick.
no, no, just to
This
Lutalo. Sorry.
this is his website. If you guys haven't been to it yet, this is eucservice.com. You can see George here on the V11. That's a great picture that Archie took. It looks like very nice photo.
Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Thank you guys for letting me use it.
And then you can see all the wheels, the MSS logo he's got on the wheels there, his sport wheels. And then he's got a nice video here, all the wheels that he's got up on the site. So if you guys are interested, another outlet, he can ship to the US and he believes he has a solution. So if this works, a 7-day turnaround, it's another place we can get them from. So that's the site, EUC Service, and you can order those sport wheels that he has. But the EX.N Sport is not ready yet. He's working on it. So if you're interested in getting the EX.N Sport, order the EX.N, and then you can let him know that you can contact him and let him know you're interested in the EX.N Sport. And when he's done testing, he'll let you know that it's available, and then you guys can coordinate the delivery of that. So let's see.
Monster Sport is ready at the moment.
The Monster Sport is ready. And what about the M Super Sport? Is that one ready, or just the Monster Sport?
RS Sport is not ready. Also needs testing. It has the same motor like EX.N, so
okay.
but lower lathe, so it will be quicker, I think, and more maneuverable as RS is.
I need it to be bigger for me. It needs to be taller. So the Monster Sport, I like the Monster Sport, but it's off of the old style wheel, and the whole thing with the things coming loose inside the shims or whatever, and having their tightened and the axle nuts and all that. That's why I was hoping for one of the newer wheels with a sport twist to it. That's why when you said EX.N,
I opened recently V3, and I was surprised they put so much attention to details. It is not the V3 you can buy, like 1-2 years ago. Yeah. So this V3 is completely different. They improved it, but also there is limited quantity on this wheel, and it will and I don't know if it will be produced in future.
Right. That's
maybe in
another
hollow
concern.
motor. Maybe in hollow motor, yeah, but this will, I love it. It's perfect, and it is very reactive, and is like, I can compare Nikola to MSS. I think the MSS.
What's perfect?
The first version
of
Nikola
what?
100 plus.
You like that one? That's a perfect wheel, you said?
No, I am talking about Monster Sport, the perfect
Oh,
wheel. But I
okay.
want to put everything in order just to let people know how it behaves, because many of you write Nicola, and just to show how MSS performs, I just want to put it in the order, so you will notice how fast it is, because MSS line is mostly for racing.
Right.
We did it for racing, and people from UK loved it, our customers, and
Right.
they start. Even Athis recently just wanted to switch his wheel, his Monster Sport for smaller one.
Really?
So yeah, he wanted to small. They need smaller wheels in UK, not like
Yeah.
not the big one like in USA. Yeah.
Right. Right. And I
So
want the
I
bigger
am.
one.
We are changing the MSP C30 is no longer available, and it
Ah.
is hard to just to find it, on the market.
Okay.
So we still can make the MSS first version, which UK likes a lot, and Spain also, and guys all over
Okay. Okay.
Belgium.
That's what I was wondering. What's
Uh,
next? Francisco with the super sticker. Thank you, buddy.
so Nicola is slower at start than MSS,
Okay.
and Monster Sport is a little bit slower than Nicola. Yeah? And what this mod makes, it improves braking and accelerating.
Okay.
These two things.
So,
And in standard EX.N, everything can be improved here. So in standard EX.N, we think we just found that the braking is not as good as it's supposed to be. So this is the thing in standard EX.N which is supposed to be improved.
okay.
We
So
get used
you
to
can improve the braking. Can
yeah,
you?
yes, we can do it also,
Okay.
but it is about timing. Yeah, we are working all the time, and
Okay.
it needs time.
Right.
Every change needs time for testing. Yeah, it is
Right.
not like you can do it and leave it and sell it. Yeah.
Well, it depends on
So
who you are, because some companies do. So Mickey is saying, he said it seems everything comes down to motor. How fast we can ultimately go comes down to the motor keeping me up, right? He's asking you. Obviously, battery can't be ignored, but the motor power itself, that's the ultimately the big deal when it comes to how fast we can go. Would you agree with that?
can you just show me again this text?
Yeah, he says it seems that everything comes down to the motor. How fast we can go ultimately how fast we can ultimately go comes down to the motor keeping us up.
I see. Regarding this, it is the matter of every motor has its power, and the rotation speed of the motor, the way it is constructed, the way how the magnets are, built inside the motor coils, everything, it has its own KV, and it is related, to the voltage.
Okay.
So
Well, how do you make it
it
faster?
means, you know, two things, just to increase power, so it won't heat up so much. You need to increase the windings.
Okay.
um,
The way the motor's wound.
yeah, the windings diameter, and I mean I need to find the word. Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. I'm gonna answer some comments while you research that what you're trying to grab for. I see it's right on the tip of your tongue. Let's see. So Zoom Wheels Brian says only proper riders can have
Yeah.
this wheel. You're right. You're right, Brian. I think so. Because people who can't really ride, you don't need this fast wheel. You need something more tame that you can ride. These fast wheels. Plus, if you ain't really riding, you ain't really gonna do it no justice. I noticed that when I ride, the more I ride now, and I get on a newer, nice, smooth wheel like this EX that I'm riding now, I just want to fly, and I can't help it. It just happens instantly. And I had people that were riding with me telling me to slow down because they're like, you don't realize how fast you're going. I'm always going about 40 miles an hour, and the EX is about 42, 40 is where it's top end. So I'm always near the top end. And for a big guy like me, I don't like to be around the top end. I'm too heavy for that. So I do want a wheel that has a higher top end so that I can still go around 42, 43, 44 and feel comfortable and not be worried about beep, 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 beep.
Okay, I will just tell you maybe exactly how, from technical point of view, it looks like, because Mikey just asked a good question about it, about the motors.
Yep.
And I am talking about the windings diameters.
Okay.
So you can put more current and will not overheat. Also, the frequency of the waves, when you just increase it, it spins faster.
The frequency of the
So
waves. So you make
of the way,
adjustments to the motor, the windings,
yeah,
and the frequency and the waves, and making those adjustments within the motor
I
itself. Are you
I just
increasing
want
the
to,
power of the motor?
yes, you can increase amplitude, voltage of the motor, and
Okay.
it also will make it faster. Yeah, but the problem is to make it like all combined with each other, so it will fit exactly to the motor. And what I see, when I test it, the wheel efficiency, we have in wheels has lots of matter about how the program is
Okay.
written. Yeah,
Okay.
how
So
they.
that has a lot to do with it. That's why the firmware adjustments make such a big difference in some wheels. It's how the software is written for them.
Yes, and also, for EX.N, what needs to be improved, we can do it, I think, because we are thinking to switch from these bearings. This is
Okay.
the bearing from EX,
Okay.
the biggest one they used in wheels at the moment.
Oh, so you're
And
gonna put the EX bearings in the EX.N?
no.
Oh, okay.
We are thinking to, with nylonove, we want just to move back to the old motors in MSS line. So we will consider it, because about the speed of these motors, when you have such bearings, you have more resistance. These motors has more resistance. They are heavier, and for racing, for very fast wheels, you need to have it like perfectly fit. When we add like 1.5 kilogram on the side, putting the battery like in Monster Sport, we did 2,700 watt hour, 3 batteries inside, and when I compare it to 2,300 we make in Monster Sport, it is massive difference with handling, accelerating, everything. It is more sporty than the lighter than the version which weighs more. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it is only 1.5 kilogram, so the difference is not big, but in weight, yeah. But there
Right.
is a lot of difference in how the wheel rides actually.
Okay.
But we get used to make wheels not fast so far, but the wheels who accelerate very fast, and they are very efficient. That's why MSS can make, lots of. Adam did like on MSS first model 136 kilometers, so on 2250 version. So take a look when you just compare it to the veteran Sherman at the moment, which battery is 3200 compared to 2250. This wheel could make massive distance.
Right, right. Well, I mean, there's so many things that we can talk about when it comes to what we want. I just like the fact that there are a lot more choices now and things that are happening. And before I forget, thanks for the super chat there. I actually could not see who that was from because it disappeared from the chat list here. But thank you again for that last super chat that popped up. But so we do have a couple of comments here. Oh, so Archie is in here. He said Afiz is a midget. That's so messed
Hello.
up.
Thank you for coming. How is your tire in Sherman?
Yeah, how's your tire change going there, Archie? He had said what's up, and I'm scrolling through real quick. So sorry guys if I skip your messages. I'm just scrolling to try and catch up. So Leo says at least Gotway is taking steps on the right path. I agree. I'm glad that they're starting to make
Yes.
small steps. So someone else is asking, Daniel, is there an estimated price for the EX.N Sport plus shipping for the US, or do you not have that calculated yet? You want
No,
to?
we don't have it calculated because
Okay.
as I told you, we consider to put the old motor to
Okay.
the
So
EX.N.
not yet, not yet. Oh, Showtime! What's
We,
up? What's up, Showtime? Hold on. Let's see. So, okay, I'm scrolling backwards here. The MSS is the fastest wheel up to 45. Would you agree with that?
yes,
Okay. Okay, that's Brian Zoom
definitely.
wheels.
Yes, definitely. Compare if the wheel was produced in 2019, and at the moment, no, there is no wheel, even the newest one on 19 inches, and yeah, on 19 inches, which can keep up after MSS to 45 miles per hour.
Okay. Okay.
It's
So
very quick. It's very quick, powerful. The pedals are very stiff. This is,
just
you
what you
can
want.
kneel forward. Yeah, you can kneel forward very much, and it just goes. Yeah.
Right.
So it is different style of wheel. Just it makes you so much confident about riding it. That you can just you feel that the power is insane.
Right.
It's insane. You can accelerate at every speed rapidly, brake hard because braking is also very good
Yeah, that's
on these
good.
wheels.
That's good. Well, EUC
Yeah,
Rider UK says, do you lose torque from the standard EX.N if it's modded to the Sport? Or is it the same torque with added top speed? I wouldn't want to sacrifice torque just to get more top speed.
no, I have different perspective of torque and speed because of what I'm riding,
Right.
and
Well,
for me,
he's saying
EXN.
is the
Yeah,
Sport
I know.
does
He
it
wants to
change?
compare. Yeah. Yes, even the faster version has more torque than the standard one, EX.N.
Okay.
So we notice it. It brakes a lot better and accelerates better. Even it can go faster than the original version.
So the Sport version
So
is better in every way.
yeah,
Basically.
the sport version, speed version, the sport version, torque version is like day and night. But when you enter and you decide to take the speed version, it is like you know, you lose the torque from start, yeah, but you have the middle torque.
Okay. So Law is asking. Well, first of all, Brian is saying that the speed record is coming back to the UK. Okay, Ryan. Hey, you got the wheels, brother. Make it happen. Make it happen. So Law
We
says,
need.
go ahead. What were you gonna say, Daniel?
I don't know who is the fastest. I think the Brian and Andy are the fastest in UK. Yeah, no.
But V is still lighter, so I think no matter what they do, she can beat it. I just
But you know, in wheels there is always this problem in every wheel that it is just electronics, and we shouldn't. We should, you know, consider what we are doing, and that it can fail at any time. Yeah,
trust me,
the week
they're
we don't
crazy.
know.
They do consider it. They're just crazy. They consider it.
I think that that's why we need to test each force it on the dyno, each of the wheel here, which
Yes.
we will be setting for the people just to break it here
Yeah.
instead of break it
Yeah.
instead of break it, you know,
At
on
45
the
miles
road.
an
Yeah,
hour, you don't want it to break then.
I'm talking about every wheel, not
Yeah.
only MSS. I am talking about testing every wheel which comes to the service, you
Yeah.
know,
And
and
you should.
yeah,
So
we want to do it. We want to do it this way. So we will give like the warranty of, you know, or the proof of of quality, and you
right.
know, like it is tested. Yeah. Also
I understand it.
on
I
the
understand it 100%. We want that. So Law is
also
saying, he says, Daniel,
also.
will you ever be able to find a way to modify the tuning of the wheels that you sell? We need wheels with harder modes. So when we were talking about the firmware, can you make adjustments to the firmware to make the hard mode harder so the pedals won't move so much?
You know, the modification is just MSS. Yeah, the MSS line is so hard, and accelerates so. It's hard, like you cannot bend it even you kneel forward as much as you want, as you can. You when you start riding it, you start thinking it is insane,
Right.
but this will never dips down. Yeah, it is hard to dip. Yeah, you know, you will probably fall on your face when it will dip from start. Maybe Brian, Brian has MSS and he rides it, you know, very very hard, so he can write something to you guys about it, how it performs. I know I ride these wheels all the time, and so far, you know, we were not able to make them, you know, like many of them, but because we make the service bigger, and you know, the guys are working and helping me, we consider to make more of them.
Okay. So the MSS
Also,
is off of the MSP line, right?
MSS is out of MSP line. RS Sport will be together with EX.N, the same motor. But also, you know, RS supposed to go with 2250 battery as minimum
Right.
because of the voltage SAT power delivery. I find, you know, the standard version, which I find at the moment underpowered in RS, needs to be improved. So we get many batteries for repairs after, you know, after people write MSP C38, you know, because it takes also lots of power, and
Right.
the battery starts to just uh, to to be used too much, because when you take the too much power from the battery, it just heats up when
Right.
you have when you have the bigger battery pack, it
But what do
heats
you
up
do to
less.
dissipate? What do you do to dissipate that extra heat?
To dissipate the extra heat, you just put the additional P in battery pack. So it will allow, because when you pull like from 4P 90 amps, like I used to do on during climbing and accelerating on RSC38, yeah, I can reach like 70 amps easily up to 90 because when I am riding wheels with attached voltmeters, amperometers directly to the circuit of the wheels, so I see the professional readings out of it, not from the app but from the wheel itself. So I know how much current they take and how it costs the battery and what will happen to battery when the wheel will ride off-road hard uphill very long time. Yeah. So on RS 1800 you will notice after such rides the battery drops, so the range will significantly smaller. Yeah.
That's another big difference I noticed on the EX. The battery, it gobbles up battery depending on what you're doing. It significantly gobbles it up. So it's another one
we
of those things that we have to pay attention to, and we're hoping that gets better.
I don't know. I don't know at the moment. EX.N drains the battery too much,
Yeah.
and I think Gotway will change it soon. Also because they release. That's why I told people just to wait with the EX order, EX.N orders, RS orders a little bit because it must be improved. We have solutions for this in service. I just ordered like 20, 30 mainboards to the service, and we have the freshest one with improved even when the wheels are coming during
So when they come,
the wheels are
you can put the updated board in.
on the I can put updated board, yeah.
Okay,
And
Mickey's
send
saying
sell it on
he's telling them to get the V12 super hard mode on the V12 because it's very stiff. So I hope he's right about that, because there are people who, because I like hard mode too, me and Law both, and he's saying on the V12 it's super hard mode. I don't think you've had a chance to ride the V12 yet, have you, Daniel?
me.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. You're not hyped on the V12?
No. I don't like toys, guys. Nicola is very good at accelerating. Yeah,
Hey,
I
we
think.
got a super chat. Hold on one second. We got a super chat from Mom Wife Teacher. What's up, Levette? Thank you. Appreciate it. So, go ahead, Daniel. I'm sorry. The V12.
At the moment, the most powerful mainboards are the Sherman mainboards and Gotway.
Okay.
Sherman keep up, but they came from the same factory. Very good mainboards in Sherman Gotway. They have some issues, but as it is in China, it will be solved, and we just need to wait to get the best.
Okay. Well, Mickey is saying that the BMS is old tech. The BMS that you were holding up, that's why I was surprised. I'm like, I didn't think the BMS was that look like that anymore.
Yeah.
But don't they have a newer
Yes,
version of that?
but take a look. People think that battery starts to burning because of something was wrong with the battery inside. Yeah, but the battery didn't change. What happened is the shortcut on the mainboard, which caused the battery, heat up quickly, and it started to burn in Gotway.
So it
So
was the
they just,
BMS that was the problem.
so they just put these fuses,
Hold
which
on.
are like protection which Sherman used to use from the beginning. Yeah. So
Right.
they the Sherman is more in Sherman like what they did is it seems to be better protected
Right.
regarding the shortcut of the mainboard. Yeah. So even when you have the problem with the mainboard, they send you the mainboard after sale with the fuses,
Yeah.
just in case you need to replace them. They have very good after sale support. I love it, in veteran. And regarding the BMSs, the BMSs are not any better than Gotways regarding the, Gotways are better basically because they use like 2P on each BMS. So they put two parallel battery packs in one BMS, yeah?
Right.
So these little things just works like balancers, which tries to balance the battery during charging. So when when the battery is, charging in the end of this process, it just puts these small resistors through these transistors and care about, just the current will flow through the resistor, not through the battery. So the other batteries can charge, and the process will happen automatically. Yeah, it happens in every, and also it has just like charging between cells. So after if it is charged, it can balance between 1, 2, 3 cells. So it works even you disconnect your charger. Yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
this is just the method they use in every BMS. It doesn't matter, if it is a smart BMS or not smart BMS. And also they have like, these HV for cables, which just two battery packs are connected with each other. So when one is charging faster, the the readings from these cables are taken to the board, and they stop charging these battery packs which has the higher voltage. So it balance between battery packs, between battery cells, and works are like in every BMS. The difference between the smart BMS and these ones are just that smart BMS have like processor inside, and they don't need to have so many transistors, but only resistors. So the processors and the drivers can control.
Oh, okay.
It looks like the all logic about the BMS is programmed in the system, and they can manage to show you the battery voltage on LCD, but it won't do nothing basically. But because you can also, when your battery is broken, you can, in Sherman, it will stop working, of course, because it has readings from the BMSs itself. But Sherman BMS use like 5P, Gotway use like 1P for one BMS. So there are two BMSs for 1,800 battery pack, but for the battery pack in Sherman 3,200, they use two BMSs, one on the side. So 5P on the side and 5P on the second side charge. When you charge it, it is balanced only by one BMS. So it means that it's easier to, when you have like two connected with each other battery cells, yeah, or when you have five, it's worse to balance between cells, between 5 and 5 cells, to make it equal, than to balance between 2 and 2. Yeah. because you have small battery, amount of battery cells, and it's
Okay.
easier to balance. So they need Sherman supposed to use the more batteries, more BMS for these batteries, or change the way they are charged. They will not have the problems with the batteries anymore, with the battery voltage drop and stuff like that, because people are using the fast chargers and they want to travel for long distances.
Yeah.
They
Well, let
use
me let me tell you this, Daniel. You just gave the longest and most precise description of BMS I've ever heard, and I
no, no,
was
no, no.
I was
We
hope
could talk, like 2 or 3 hours about it.
I know, but my point is, I was hoping to try to understand, and I understood most of what you were saying, but there's some of what you're saying that is lost on us lay people that don't really know some of the things like 1P and 5P and 2P and things like that. There's certain things
Okay,
in there
so
that we don't quite catch because we are not in the same realm. But the description you gave as to how they balance out, I've heard it a couple times, and listening to you, I think I get a good idea of what you're saying and why some of the issues are happening. I am happy that they
yes,
increased the MOSFETs there because I know that was a big problem. So I know that they made those, they beefed those up, which is a key. But do you think that important? Well, I hear it's very important to have this smart BMS so that it is smarter about
it,
processing the balance between the cells.
uh, it will just show you the malfunction, yeah, easier. So you will know your battery, this battery pack is dying, yeah. So you can
Okay.
react faster, but it won't change. It won't change, something significant, significant in Sherman, because the Sherman is checking the voltage of each battery pack. So they have this solution. But what I wanted to say is just what they use the fuses for, because this BMS, they have no load control. Like you can pull the all current from the battery, without any protection. So until now, what Gotway make, they didn't put these fuses inside these BMSs or the boards, but the power of the main boards were not so much increased. Like recently, when they start to using the RS, EX.N, more motors programs, they just pull more current from the main boards, and finally the main board started to break because they couldn't handle such load. And when they break, they shorted. When they shorted and they didn't have the fuse on it, they just started to short the battery. When the battery shorted, it overheat, and just it get burnt. Yeah. So it's supposed to be like it is at the moment that they install these fuses. And for these newest wheels, it is the must. Yeah.
Well, like I said, all this BMS talk we hear like bits and pieces of it normally. So hearing you give an in depth explanation is very informative, and I can see.
Sorry, I don't want
And
to
when I
get you
scroll
bored.
down here, Leo is like, "Tell me
I am
more, tell me more."
I am fascinating. I am fascinated about BMSs and batteries, and this is I love it. Just like electrovoltaic systems, and electric cars, electric unicycles, everything. Where is the light battery inside? And
Mhm.
I try to understand how the whole system works. Yeah. Regarding the smart BMSs, they will show you on the app each of the cell, and you will notice I have battery problem. So you can stop riding, yeah. Or what will happen if you will
Right.
not have it? Because you can ride it and forget to use it, yeah. Because as the same like you forget to use, cleaning your wheel after that, yeah,
Yeah.
or take care of it. Yeah, but you can check it the same way by checking voltage. Open the
Right.
wheel and check voltage on the battery, or just unplug the batteries on one side and check. But you need tools and you need experience. It is 100V, and it can end up with sparking, with some kind of shortcut.
Okay.
Of course, I am after BMS systems which are smart. I want them in wheels,
But you
but
but you want the
I don't.
smart BMS just so you can see what's going on. Um, that's the
No, I
primary
just
reason, or because of how they balance it better.
no. It doesn't. I don't think it doesn't balance better. If it depends on the program they use. Yeah.
So it monitors it.
So they will have just like a firmware for the BMS additional. Yeah, just you can make it better, but regarding how we see on the different company wheels who allows to change the firmware, it sometimes it is like you change the firmware for the newer version, and the previous was better. Yeah. So really don't know. So you really don't know which one you're supposed to use. So you have forums guys, and they will tell you. You need to have like people testing it all the time. But we want things simple. Yeah, we want the wheel. It must work. It must be safe. We need to know that we can ride like maximum this kilometers per hour. This how fast, and it accelerates like this, and it has technical specifications in details, and this technical specification is strictly like it is in real, not like they want to advertise some kind of product, and when the people will calculate how how it is in real, regarding the power consumption, or check the current in UC Word app, in Sebastian allows it, gives CSV file with all data after write. So you can also check the power and torque of the wheel. We recently just start using these CSV files in Excel to draw the graphs from the from the firmware and from the application. But we wanted to use it, but it was like not realistic, regarding they have mistakes caused by the voltage readings, amps readings from mainboards, and also it can be adjusted through the application. So we need something like dyno, which will show us exactly which wheel makes exactly what uh, performs.
Okay. Well, again, I'm
performs.
I'm glad that we have people like you because and Panda and all you guys who really get into this in the field, because honestly, people like me who just like to ride and excuse me, I admittedly don't know a lot when it comes to this kind of thing. I rely on you guys a lot because I know that this is your world and your realm, and I have learned that you guys are doing, especially with what you do, taking new wheels that you order, taking them apart, and making sure that you feel that it's good, and then giving a warranty to people so that they can feel safe about what they're riding. That's a huge deal because for us consumers out here, knowing that there's something that we have to fall back on is a good thing, because the worst feeling that I had was when I bought the used Tesla and it was acting up and I had no idea why, and I couldn't see myself investing a bunch of money to figure it out, knowing that the wheel came from somewhere like EUC service or Yuko or E wheels. In E wheels, I've dealt with them a lot too as well, and I know that you guys are doing what we need, going through a good distributor that can go through the wheel and make sure the wheel is up to par is something that we need. A lot of new users are concerned about that, and they ask me questions. How can I know? How can I know? And I'm like, well, honestly, unless you bring it to somebody to have them check it for you, you have to open and check it yourself. And that's something that's nerve wracking when we only understand a portion of these things. So we're really going off of the information that we get from guys like you and Panda and other people like that. So I appreciate that. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Um,
Maybe we will get back to the sport version. So because people get bored about the BMS and stuff like that, windings and
yeah,
MOSFETs,
yeah.
drains, source, gates.
Well, people in the
We could
chat
talk
here
about it.
are asking other questions, and I want to say thank you, Real Talk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. We got some questions here. Definitely, let me zip to one of those real quick. We got uh, no, that was the sticker, the dancing sticker we got there. Um, so Real Talk asks, he asked us, can the process of purchasing the EX.N Sport for the US be repeated? Also, is there an estimated price plus shipping available? There's no price and shipping available yet. What Daniel said about ordering is order the EX.N, and then once you order it, you can switch the order to the EX.N Sport. But obviously, you can't get it until they're finished with the testing. So let him know that you want the sport version. You can switch to that, but you have to contact them and let them know. And then they'll let you know that they're testing, and when the testing is complete, then you'll be able to get the wheel, but not until then. Um,
Uh, I ask customers to write an email for us, so I
yes.
repeat every email. And now we have lots of them, so I want you guys to write an email to me if you want some details,
So
because I
email.
have
Definitely
email
email
on
them.
contact at ucservice.com, and it is the best way to contact me.
Okay.
But when you put numbers, and questions and numbers, and I will answer under each number for you when you have,
Okay.
like.
So reach
So
out to
we
him in
want,
the email and he'll get back to
so
you
we,
and answer your questions.
so we want, yeah. So we want switch, like, back and forth emails with each other, and because you wait for the answers, because there is order emails order at the moment, and we need to make our work. The season is coming, and we are focusing for for improvements, testings, and stuff like that for
Okay.
you.
Well, I can tell you this. I know that you're not a light guy either, because I was gonna tell you, if you need a guy 225, 230 pounds to test the wheel for you, I'm right here. So we got Real Talk also, again, is asking, do you take Bitcoin for wheels, for purchasing wheels, Daniel? Do you?
No, we
No.
don't have
Okay, Real
Bitcoins
Talk,
at the
no
moment.
Bitcoin.
Maybe, yeah, we are just improving our website. We will add some payments in the future, but
Okay.
as I told you guys, we focus on we will focus on, the people are ordering wheels, and we want to check them for you, and we don't have time, just to for some kind of, improvements at the moment.
Okay.
It will go slowly. Also, regarding the plus versions of wheels, at the moment, we it is not available on our website. We will
Okay.
make it. We will make it available on top modifications tab. It will come back to
Right.
us.
That's a
Yeah,
good
it will
point.
come back.
Make a tab so that they can make, if they want the sport version. That's coming.
Yes, it's coming, but it is not released yet because it is not tested. The Monster Sport will appear soon,
Okay.
so it will be on the offer tab on the bottom. Two models, 2300 and 1845. And I wanted to tell you guys that when you will buy them now or will order them, you can write me an email that you want it. We add the nylon over pedals free
Aha!
for you.
The Nylon Nova
Adjustable
pedals will
ones.
be included in your
Yeah,
purchase.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Aha!
It is. These are like nylon over with adjustment system, which works like this. That you can.
Nice.
Oh, let me check. You can just adjust the angle by screwing these screws
Okay,
here
so
on the
the
back.
the adjustment on that, the screw goes into that metal rod there instead of digging into the wheel.
Yeah, yeah, and it makes the angle. Yeah.
Very good.
So
Very good.
like. So see it here. These are very good, and the Nylon Nova is a professionalist, is engineer, and he's like constructor also, and with a with a lots of passion, lots of knowledge. Also, we work together. We are the number one distributor, but of course the guy cannot keep up at the moment with orders because everyone wants Nylon Nova,
Yeah, I want
and
some too.
we
I
yeah
want a
we offer
set
it
too.
with wheels. When we have some stock, we put them in stock. When we don't have stock, they are available for
Oh,
to
excuse
to
me.
place an order, and to place an order, and they wait to be done.
Okay.
And these pedals are tested. He tested with the load of 1 ton. you
One
know
ton?
he yeah, 1 ton on this,
Oh
tries to
wow.
bend it. Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So I have the video, so I will show you
Okay.
the fa- the thicker they are. These are 2.5 centimeters
Nice.
thick. Yeah, the thicker they are, the harder they are. You can just take without the suspension system, the slimmer one for lighter people. And what it makes when you ride it, it just bends down a little bit. So it works like the suspension system. When the road vibrates, it takes these vibrations on the pedals. So
Right.
when I ride on Monster Sport on these pedals, these are very, the wheel is big. And when I compare it to EX, the wheel behaves like with a small suspension because of this, and because of the big wheel it also absorbs the bigger holes. Yeah. And
Well,
it doesn't work exactly like EX.N, don't get me wrong. it
right.
works like it works like something what you would accept, not buying the suspension wheel, but have it and use it without suspension. Yeah. But
So with those
also
pedals, are
regarding
those that CNC?
I don't yeah, they are CNC.
Okay.
He makes them CNC.
The way that's the way they're milled, I believe.
It is the high quality nylon,
Yeah.
and like
Oh,
he cuts it on his CNC. Yeah.
okay.
So this is like he buys the nylon material, and he drills everything. He sits like many hours. Whenever I call him, he is in his workshop and he's making this
He's
guys.
the
But
mad
but
scientist at work.
but he just bought the big machine, and he invested in the line production now, so we will have them more, and you don't need to wait for it so long.
Okay.
So
Well,
it will be.
well, just to grab other people because a lot of people popped in and I missed a whole lot of questions. And I'm really sorry, guys. I know today I did a really bad job of trying to keep up with our comments, but Mick Walker, I thank you, Mick. Mick said, "Will you ever make an EX Sport?"
EX Sport, I can make EX faster. I was thinking about it.
I hope you can because I
Recent,
like the wheel.
yeah, it's not the problem, yeah, but it will be less torquey. You think EX can be less torquey?
Uh, I it has enough torque that it would survive without some of it, but it's not so. It's not like extremely torquey. So I don't know if I really want it to lose any of that, but I know I want it to have more speed. That's
You
its
pay you
that's its
you pay
Achilles
torque
heel.
torque for you pay torque for the speed.
Yeah.
And I didn't finish my conversation about with you about the how I will put all wheels in the line, yeah,
Yes.
which are the torquiest and compared to
Oh
the
yeah.
MSS line. So it is important for you guys maybe to
Go
know
ahead. Put them in
how
line for me.
how it performs. So when you take Nicola, which is the most the torquest wheel, with 16x, I believe, at the moment. Don't forget, I'm not talking about the smaller wheels, but 16-inch diameter like MCM5, which is very powerful also. But let's start from Nicola because this is very popular wheel and people ride it a lot. So as I told you, the MSP, I believe, the Smart MSS version from MSP is quicker than Nicola at start, and of course faster. But what makes, so we take the big wheel, which needs to put more power from the motor because it needs to spin the motor,
Right.
so it needs the power. So Nicola has smaller wheel, which is inside, smaller one, and it's easier for the motor to spin the smaller wheel than to bigger wheel. So when you compare that, the 19-inch can perform like Nicola is very, is very good good comparison, and you show how much power can be delivered from this wheel, yeah, from MSS. That's why guys like it. They when they overtake the Shermans with on start.
But you were
And
saying you were saying the order.
the,
So the Nicola, then
yeah, then the Nicola, and after that Monster Sport.
so Nicola,
So take
Monster
a look.
Sport, and MSS is faster and like faster than both.
No, Nicola is the first is MSS, the next Nicola 17-inch, and after that Monster Sport. But you need to consider that you need to put more power to each of these wheels when the wheel delimiter is like 22-inch. It is the same like in Monster Pro at the moment. The Godway puts like 18 MOSFETs instead of 12, as they used to do it, because they need to increase power of the motor, so they need to increase current inside the MOSFETs.
Yeah, that's still a sore
So
subject with me because I still don't have mine. But go ahead.
yeah, they need to increase, the MOSFETs by, putting the more MOSFETs, like in your this BMS, they make the current bigger. So one of the MOSFETs, this one is probably 25 amps, but it is
Oh,
without the
somebody,
heat sink.
some before I forget, somebody did ask, and I was trying to pull it up, but I lost it in the all the comments here. Someone was asking, what's the difference between the board there and the new blackboard that they have?
The difference is that they can handle more currents. So because what happened to the main boards is they just put the fuses, like this one, and as I told you, they break the circuit, and the battery is not affected because of the main board is broken. Yeah.
Right.
But when they make the main board material itself, and the metal, you see the connections here
Yeah, we
inside.
can see him.
Yeah, so everything, needs to, they need to fit everything on the small space, yeah.
Yeah.
And when I just the people sent me broken mainboards, bent wheels in service, and I open it, and I could take it here to show you guys, but they just the cables which are powered on here just teared apart, like it was unsoldered. It was like there was the hole in the main board,
Yeah.
it completely burned, not because of the wheel burn, but because of the temperature, which was like appeared during the shortcut, yeah, on the
Right.
main board, because when you ride the unicycle and you overheat it, or you don't pay attention to the signals from the wheels. Sometimes people just even they have the warning that it is hot, they keep climbing, yeah. So it is, the different brands have different solutions for it. Gotway, for example, leaves the pedals, makes tilt back, yeah, very hard, so you cannot ride on it. And regarding the main boards, when the MOSFET shortcut, they blow and burn, so it caused the main board itself to shortcut
To
inside
short circuit.
yeah. And also the current is so big that it desoldered the cables from the main board, as I told you. So when it desolders and they are shorted somehow, it affects the battery,
Right.
so when they put the bigger main boards, they can handle more currents. So the situation won't shouldn't be like now, but with the green main boards, yeah, they just increase the mainboard power, so it means it can handle more currents.
Okay, so that's
But
the
this
big that's
this
the big difference is they allowed it to
they
handle
didn't
more
want they
current.
did Yeah, of course, yeah, it's the biggest difference. And Gotway didn't want to make it. Of course, they care for because they don't want wheels to be more expensive, but it raises the prices. But
Well, the prices are
we
pretty
want
high now.
yeah, but all improvements are like when you improve something and you use better materials, you need to consider that you need to raise prices, and people need to pay more. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it might. I don't know. I didn't get
Well,
information
that's
from them.
that's the question. That's the question that I'm getting right here. And Mickey asked the perfect question. He said the big question is why didn't Gotway use the blackboards from day one?
Why? Because there was no need before, and when the need comes, they change it.
Ah, okay.
So it means that the earlier motors were not so much powerful. What happened? They just put, they lift, the battery, put more powerful motors, uh, So the current supposed to feed them, the current supposed to be, higher, so it affects the main board, and they saw it affects the main board, so they are changing now to black one. Yeah. So
Well,
they could make the wheels like in motion, not so much powerful, for us, and they could stay not develop, and we will have 84 volts still, and we could have fun. We could have fun with slower ride, less aggressive, be more happy.
Yeah, okay. Well, real talk. Thanks again, Real Talk, for that. Another super chat. I appreciate you, brother. But his previous one, he said, would it benefit Begode if they reduced the number of EUC models they produced and only manufactured 2 models, like In Motion or Veteran, for better quality? Do you think that it was, in other words, do you
It's a
think
good
that
question.
it was a bad thing for them to come out with so many so quickly?
I know that Mr. Lin is hard worker, and like I like making wheels, better. He likes to build them. I see, and if it matters, I think when you consider that, like the wheels, like because they use the same mainboards on many wheels.
Uh-huh.
They use the same BMS, like on M103 is also similar BMS but split it to half. So on Tesla,
Right.
split it to half. So consider it on M103. I don't remember. I didn't open this long time, but on Tesla it's split it to half. I'm pretty sure we opened it recently. We built battery for it. So when you consider that they use the same circuit in Tesla M103, all of the wheels
Right.
until now, the same BMS system, and also similar mainboards for the smaller wheels. But Nikola has the same like RS, like MSP, like V3, like EX.N, like EX. So they base on. I will show you this.
But they should have better ones. That's what I'm saying. While he's grabbing that,
Yeah,
real talk.
you
Thanks
know.
again, brother.
Yeah,
Thanks
sorry.
again. Daniel,
When you
hold on 1 second, Daniel. Real talk said, does Daniel have a book available, or can he recommend a book to accelerate my understanding to match his knowledge? They're asking if there's a book they can read to be as smart as you when it comes to this stuff.
regarding this, it's good to go to technical study and understand what you feel.
Understand it?
Yeah, understand it and understand what it is about the knowledge, the testing, the experience, years of experience, and the most important is like someone is get burn as a doctor.
Right?
I burn like electronic from the beginning. So we have it's and
you were born.
my colleague is reminding me something about about me. He said
Yeah.
to me, go make website, go do this, go do
Yeah.
this. And I am like, the best what I love to do is to go to the service.
To tinker on wheels, right?
And he's saying to me, you make only what you like to do, not what you must to do. You must do this, you must do this, but you will what you want to do, you want to do your own, your own stuff all the time. Yeah? So that's why I need to switch to the business now, and I'm suffering. But I have, I lift, the test, everything for myself, like wheels improvement.
Yeah,
And
well,
I tell you guys something. When you just feel you are the electron in the, going through the main board, so you will understand how it goes and
go
how it
ahead.
just, how it goes through the main board, through all the elements. So you need to know what the element does, each of this, how it is built and how it performs, yeah, in the circuit. So you will understand the whole circuit. So it's easy. It's not
It's
it's not
easy.
complicated.
It's
Yeah,
not easy,
because
Daniel.
because everything now, everything is built, similar way at the moment. So you have like processor who just manage to control different circuits, elements on the main board,
Right?
which and it has the program which has influence on these elements. Yeah. So when you write it, when you have input output, so you just write the program and read the data, and on the program you use this data to put the output to control something. So it's just when you know how, for example, MOSFETs work, so you know how you can use them. Yeah, you can use it as a switch. You can use it, as control of the motor, and you need to know that these MOSFETs, like, they work in the small frequency range, so they cannot open and close so fast. When they open, they have limits of frequency, so you cannot flow the current through these MOSFETs just to, so you cannot make the waves to turn the wheel to turn the wheel, so much quickly, because the MOSFET doesn't allow it, or you have the limitations of inside the motor, so it cannot spin so fast. So it is like everything is like adjusted very good. So when you adjust it more and you see the weakness of the electrical system,
Right.
you can just avoid, like people used to change the wires from AVG 16 to 14 because they had battery suck, and it helped. Yeah, of course it will help you. But
Well, you're talking
also
about
when you
making
change
changes.
when you change it, these are small changes which improves the performance. Yeah, but also you need to consider the length of the cables.
Right.
They are calculated in the internet, because not every change makes different. You know,
Right.
on the voltage drop. Yeah,
Well,
because on the
here's a
short term.
question. Here's a question for you, Daniel, that I had, and someone else asked it. And again, guys, in the chat, I'm gonna apologize again. I know today has probably been the worst time for me in the comment section, but you guys are talking to each other and stuff, and I appreciate that. And I hope that if we don't get to what something you put in there, sorry, but this is a question that I had. What was the reason for mixing the 18650 and the 21700 batteries in the Monster Sport? Won't different cells perform and age differently?
Now the age is we fit the age for the Sanyo GA, so it is not the problem. We have to test it, and we need to know how BMS works and how we can handle it. Because putting the different BMSs to the main board is not also the good idea, because when we work in parallel, the BMS, as I told you before,
Right. It's
that
easier to balance
in
two than five. It's
no, they just balance between the battery packs. Yeah.
okay.
So when you add extra battery pack, it doesn't balance between the packs which are inside the wheel. Yeah. So when you can, it's about the knowledge how everything can be tested. Yeah. when we make the project, we check how it works, if it is working correctly or not, if the battery packs are working correctly with our battery pack, and finally if we can sell it for the customer. Regarding this plus versions of the unicycles, to make one battery pack takes around 1.5 day, 3 days to make Monster Sport. So I am talking about full days, yeah, like working for 12 hours or more. So it is very much time consuming.
Yeah.
21700 we use Samsung G at the moment, the newest one, class A, with Sanyo GA 1865.
Right. Well, I'm looking at a couple of other questions. Hold on. EX, this one, what are you saying here? He said EX has a 3500 watt, some say even 4000 watt rated motor. What more do you need? I think he's talking about, because that was because of Mick's question where he asked, will you ever make an EX Sport? So that's why he was saying that. You already said you would, or you can, but you'd have to sacrifice some of the torque.
Yeah, but EX Sport, what's the point of it?
Speed.
The
point of EX.
Speed.
Yeah, speed.
How fast he wants to make it.
Well, I mean,
how fast he wanted to be.
I want the EX to be 50 miles an hour at least.
But the EX has different motor and it is differently built. It is not for speed. It's built for torque. You can make it, like faster than it is at the moment, but you will lose the torque, which the motor was projected for. So what's the point? We can make the motors faster, but also the motors, supposed to have ability to spin so fast, because increase everything.
Right.
Won't make them. There is the motor limit regarding the voltage, regarding the frequency, regarding how fast the distance between the magnets. So because there is something like one magnet is attracting and the other one is pushing to increase the torque. So also when you make mess because of you put to high frequency, the motor cannot keep up from start. For example, like we did recently Sherman with off-road version, and we were testing it, and we noticed that it was like hard for the motor to spin from start.
Right.
Because we did such experiments that we wanted to increase the torque, and when you don't adjust, how fast the motor spins related to its torque and how it is built inside the overall the concept, the powering from the mainboard and the motor itself, you will have like too small torque but very fast middle speed. But we don't want it. We have it like in Sherman at the moment. So Sherman is so people when they ride uphill on Sherman, they make MOSFETs and the motor heats up.
Right.
it heats up everything. Also the motor cables coming out from the motor itself are thick. We burn it.
So what do
We
you
burn
think?
it.
What do you think should be done to make the Sherman better? Are you gonna make a Sherman sport?
I think the Sherman is sport already.
Okay. Okay.
Regarding speed version. But we were trying to make it like
A torque
for
version?
racing. Yeah, torque version for racing.
Okay. So
We have you can make a different solution because it's not it's not the matter to make it, but you need to consider the time you invest in these projects,
right.
because you need to start and it takes time, and you need to finish it from start to the end. But take a look how much the power China factory has. They have lots of workers, they have lots of companies. Everything is like, they order many things. They don't make it themselves, and they just tell other companies which are very big what needs to be changed. Yeah.
Right.
So here you needs to measure your power, for the project. And also we try to focus what we are good at, and we try to focus on to give to the customer the pleasure of big acceleration, on feeling that this wheel is insane, that they never ride the wheel like this before, and they can do. We are just want to make dreams come true. And as I see, the people from UK keep their wheels and they don't want to sell it. They just keep it like a treasure. And the guys, I always hear that guys keep them, and they ride them, and they are in good condition. They don't break. I'm happy about it. That our goals, we wanna which we want to to have. We just predicted from start to achieve it. It finally happened, and it is good. Yeah, we are happy
Yeah.
from the technical point of view about these wheels. So making so many improvements in every wheel which will be on the market is useless, because you just know that there is one EX.N or 19-inch wheel with big battery from Gotway, which we can improve. So at the same time we improve RS and EX.N.
So
But we
you're
are working in one wheel. We are working in one wheel.
so you're saying
Same
that
motor.
you shouldn't improve and make a sport version of every wheel, because then you don't have as many differences in wheels.
But listen, because when you want to ride fast, take a look like people on Monster Pro rides fast. Yeah, they are having fun with the fast ride. They have full power delivery from the batteries. They have like 18 MOSFETs, and they can afford it because the whole concept.
Soon.
Yeah, the whole concept of the wheel. It was like it was like from the start.
Right.
I mean, from the project was started to be like that.
Right. They designed it that way.
Yeah, they designed it, but what we change and what we achieve, what we have at the moment, it's insane for me when I ride Monster Sport, because I see 22-inch wheel, and I am your weight, or I must I never calculated, but I am like over 120, and I am like a doll on this wheel. It has so much power with me and acceleration, but it has 22 inches. And take a look. I put on my Instagram the film when the guy
Yeah, he was
starts. Yeah, he push. So you have immediate power delivery from the battery.
Yeah.
So the processor is working with the frequency and can calculate within milliseconds some kind of behaviors of and reads the all data from the Hall sensor, from the voltage, reads the voltage, stuff like that, and it makes decision what will happen, what's supposed to be done in the when something is happening, like there is a change in Hall sensor, in the not the Hall sensor, but the change of the mainboard, yeah,
So
because they are also elements.
the Monster Pro is another wheel that you said you would think does not need a sport version.
We will take a look on this one because we think it's too much power consuming, and we will touch Monster Pro. So there is a hope that it will be more efficient, more aggressive, more pedals will be more stiff. But it is not a problem to make the stiff pedal on 16 inches like V12. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
try to make stiff pedals on Monster 22-inch. When the bigger wheel is, so you can, as you know, that you can, when you have the bigger wheel delimiter, and when you apply this force to the middle of on the axle, like from this, so it will be easier to turn the wheel when you have the longer, when you put the longer force. So this will be like, easier for you to turn it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it works opposite way. So you need to put more force to the motor, so bigger wheel won't turn this easy way. So the motor must be more powerful for 22 inches than it is for 19 inches.
Right.
And
And they say
the
that a
power
lot.
delivery.
That's how you can feel the difference in the torque, because the smaller wheel you can feel it a lot more because
Yeah,
it takes
yeah.
less power to move it.
But it is insane to spin the monsters to Monster V3 from so the tires, you hear the tires squeak at start. He just hit the front. You can try it on every wheel. It works on Nicola 17-inch. You can squeak it at start, and the wheel won't dip.
Right.
So what does it mean that the wheel won't dip? It means that there is so much current coming to the windings, and is generated in the coils,
Right.
so it can hold old wheel and do not let it just slip,
Okay.
because this power holds it. Yeah, so
Right.
it doesn't. It is in all around the motor. Yeah, so how much you need to deliver the power to Monster, so you just can make it squeak the tire sound from start. It's insane.
So
The
you're
Monster V3, is very easy to dip. This is not, people don't like it because it was like the range related to the speed, to the acceleration, and 1845 version, yeah, the stock one factory was not, the wheel was too slow, basically too slow, too not enough, it was too small power for this wheel, basically.
right.
And we changed it. And this wheel became awesome at acceleration. You know, I was riding it recently. You know, I can just do everything on any speed. I can hit it in the side pedals. I can hit it at 50 kilometers per hour. I weigh, you know, like 100 over 120, and it just holds. You know, there is so much power in it that it just reacts automatically to increase speed. Yeah, and the speed increase is also, you know, insane. I think it can race like Nicola the Dualtron Fender easily. We will check it here, but
Okay,
with
so
not
so
with
what
my
I'm
weight, of
hearing,
course.
is even though I'm getting a Monster Pro, I should be getting a Monster Sport too for a guy like me.
No, when you want to travel, you know, for a long range, and you want to just go for the trips, and you are not the person wants wants the performance wheel, you can go for Monster Pro. But when you dream to have the big wheel, which are safer, of course, you know, regarding the holes in the road,
Yeah.
bumps, everything, it forgives you more during ride. It just, you know, you don't need to scan the road riding it. When I'm riding 17-inch Nicola, I need to scan the road. When I ride, you know, 18-inch wheels, a 19-inch, I need to scan the road, but not on Monster. On Monster, I have like free mind, and I can focus on acceleration, about what obstacles on the road, how to overtake it. It is
Right.
like, it is, you know, these wheels, MSS wheels, are like race cars. So when you ride the normal car, you just get used to that. You just overtake, and when someone is riding from the front, you have you know, like, not enough time to overtake him. It is the same in these sport wheels, that you know, even the obstacle, even the coming, you know, person is close to you. You can manage, you know, easily to you can manage easily to overtake the obstacle, someone, or, you know, and this is because you have so much power, and
Yeah,
you can
and
use
I,
it.
I think I think I need
And
that power.
also,
That's what I'm saying.
and
Monster Pro's
what
coming to
is
me, but I think I need the Monster Sport also.
I think you will have opportunity to try one
Yeah,
in New York soon, and you will see how it performs.
yeah,
I
definitely.
I I know that the most important in wheels is braking for me,
Hmm. It's very important.
and we just check how the wheel brakes. But when you compare, when Monster Sport and MSS line wheels are not only about acceleration, they are about braking too. They can brake, you know, rapidly, so you see like your magnets in motors are, you know, like
They're
making noise,
they're reversing or
because the
slowing
force
down.
the force is so big.
Okay,
Also, when you accelerate, is the same. Yeah. uh,
so
yeah, this
Mick
is
Wa-
this is how the power.
Mick Walker
And it
asked,
is
do you have medical insurance for your employees? Because you can imagine the testing and all the broken bones from people during the process of the testing your modifications. Do you test your
now I
modifications, or you have other people
yes,
testing?
only I test my
Okay,
wheels.
so
I
that's
test my
safer.
wheels. I build it. I make it, I test it, and I know what I can expect from what I've done.
So Archie asked me. He said, ask you for your measuring tools." I don't know what that means, but he said to ask you for your measuring tools. I think that has
He
to
wants
do.
to see.
Oh, okay. Before that, he said it's also a different market because part of us wanted faster, longer range wheels. There's also a need for smaller, more compact wheels for small commute and for women and kids, so they reacted to it. It's just I think talking about how Gold came out with so many wheels, I believe.
Yes, yes. This light ones, this small ones, M10 3, MCM5 is very powerful. We like that wheel. I saw people put the off-road tire on it. It's awesome. We consider to make it Nicola more aggressive and faster. We will go for it, I think. So we will go for Nicola, EX.N RS, uh, Monster V3, and Monster Pro,
Okay,
and Sherman.
Sherman. There we go.
Nah,
Uh,
Sherman is easy. Is easy to to rebuild. Yeah.
okay, so Wheelworks is apparently it's not too easy for Gold as you need to fix after. Saying it's not too easy to fix them after. I think that's what he's trying to say there. Um,
Yeah, but the fixing after. Yeah, we these wheels are rideable, but what we see it can be improved. We can do it at service because when you don't open the wheel when you have it on the table, it's the worst thing you can make for the customer and for yourself, because when you don't do it, you will suffer. You will lose your money for shipping, for also reputation, and people will be not happy to send it back, lose money. So when we have it when we have it here, we use our tools just to check it so people
okay.
can ride it safe.
I don't know if you saw that question, but Hammy Hamster says, "Does anybody do speaker upgrades? Because how am I supposed to hear my music at 50 plus miles an hour?" Uh, Now I know he's being
We
funny,
were
but
we were
honestly, I do have
Yeah,
trouble.
yeah.
So I try to. I recently put the Bluetooth piece on my helmet because I couldn't hear it. Excuse me. So I'm still
I
trying to
I
fine
I,
tune
I will
that.
I will show you guys. I make I have few monsters.
Yep.
One of my monster will be music version.
Is with what?
Will be music version. Yeah,
Oh,
music
okay.
version.
Okay.
This I hope this one you can hear at 50.
So
I
Real
think
Talk
this
says,
one.
what are the safety features being offered for the EX.N Sport? For example, I heard the MSS has a laser for speed modifications. Is there anything in the EX.N that you're doing like that?
Only we only put because RS C30 C38 will come with built-in LCD from factory,
Mhm.
but they are not going to do it on EX.N and EX as I know at the moment. So we put front LCD on EX.N
Okay.
Sport, on EX.N Sport, and on EX.N standard version. We want to do it also.
Okay. Nice. That's a good add-on. Um,
Yeah, it works. Yeah, but I thought it won't be when I was reading it from the first time, and I am just I was reading it after acceleration when we test Monster Sport, so it was clearly visible in the sunny day.
okay. Real Talk's got a good question. He said, "Is the EUC the best electric mobile transport available? Are enthusiasts demanding too much from our manufacturers? If not, how much better can EUCs become?" So you work on them all the time, Daniel. Just how good do you think an EUC can become? How far can we push it, in your opinion?
I think in 20 years we won't have the wheel installed.
You think we'll be flying? We'll be
Yeah,
hoverboard for real?
yes. But what can be perfect now? The feeling of flying which we have at the moment is it
Yeah, we
cure
do.
your yeah, and it cures your brain.
Yeah.
It just makes depression to go
It
out of your head. Yeah,
does. I try
yeah.
to
You
I try
have
to explain that to people, and there's just so many people that don't understand it. They're like, "Why would you ride that?" I'm like, "Try it, and then you tell me." I said because the feeling of flying is it's unescapable. It's like such a great feeling that once you really start riding the wheel and feeling one with the wheel, you feel like you're it's like a party every time you go ride. You feel so exhilarated and excited and just the energy flowing through you just from a simple ride. I can't really explain. There hasn't now. I love adrenaline. I like to do exciting things and fun things, but I really haven't found anything that so easily and so quickly gives me that sustained joy that I get when I'm riding my EUC, going through trails, going through crazy corners and finding spots in the city and be like, oh, I never been over here. I just love the feeling of flying through the city that it gives me on a wheel.
I am I am using high performance wheels to make tire myself, make tired. Yeah, and I accelerate very fast. I brake. I turn.
Right.
I overtake. And
I get it.
with normal wheel, in normal wheel, when I couldn't make it because of the braking.
Right.
Because you can accelerate, there is no problem. But to stop before someone, or when you have in your mind how much power you have to stop it, and how fast can you stop, so you can go fast then. But
Mm-hmm.
when you have the tool, yeah, for
Yep.
it, you can do it. But when you don't, when you just go very fast and the wheel doesn't break, you are like uh, with other options, with no options to break, yeah, to stop.
Okay, so Real Talk is saying, do you like the one wheel? Have you ridden a one wheel, and do you like those?
Yes, yeah, I was reading. I like it. I like everything what is electric.
Can you tweak a one wheel to go faster? Because they're so slow. You're pausing a lot there, Daniel. What's up? I've never seen you so
Now,
speechless. What's up?
because it's I am thinking on the circuit and everything there. Before I say yes, I need to. I don't. I need to consider the physics, because it is not. It is not. You know why? Why it is not fast? Because it is not powerful. Why it is not powerful? Because it doesn't have the space to put battery to. When you put battery, big battery like Gotway has, and you make it wider, more heavier, if we can do it. But changing the standard one wheel, like it is with small battery, you are not able to do it, because you cannot deliver such power to the motor, so you can speed, because on the normal motor we stay like this, we stay on the axle, yeah.
Yeah.
But when we ride on the one wheel, so the motor is between our legs.
Right.
So when we press it, it needs to be stiff to accelerate fast.
Right.
So it is easier to make it bend and fall if the motor is not enough powerful or the mainboard. Yeah.
Right. Well, I think
So
we
you can
just
increase it, but it needs, the big rebuild. You cannot use the
right.
original batteries. I think you need to make construction
Okay,
also.
so in the
It's
current
from electronic
construction,
point of
there's
view,
not
it's not the
enough.
problem. Yeah, it's from electronic point of view, it's not the problem because there are many controllers, mainboards on the market. You can use high powerful one, and you can program them. Yeah.
So battery technology advancing so that batteries are smaller and lighter is really the answer to a lot of this, right?
Of course,
Yeah.
we are far behind, in our technology with batteries
Yeah.
because we developed gasoline motors
Yeah.
uh, all the time, so they are perfect, very good, and powerful. But we forgot about battery electric systems,
Mm-hmm. So
stuff like that.
can your can your creations, your wheels, your sport wheels, can they conquer Overheat Hill? You think they can conquer Overheat Hill with with Marty out in California?
No problem.
So
They are
the
they are they are
sustained uphill in the heat, and they're fine.
Yes, because they are adjusted to the better adjusted motor is better adjusted to the main board and it's not overheat so much like
Okay.
a standard one. So
I wish
it was
I'm going out to California in October. I wish we had one out there um, so that we could test it while we were
but
out there.
they are not wheels for riding, like on the California here. I mean the you can overheat every wheel when you will ride. I am thinking about V3 if this one can manage because V3 is for example the guys from Greece are ordering Monster Sports at the moment, so I promised them because I was in Athens many times that I will make for them better cooling. So the also when the BMW or different brands makes their cars, they need to consider when they will be used. Yeah.
Right?
So for Spain is also in Spain is also problematic. Yeah, because of the heat. So we add extra fans for the guys in Greece. They will spin. The small one will spin constantly, so the big one will be switched off when there is a need.
Right.
So I don't want them just to have the broken mainboard or the wheel problem. So you can some things you can solve easily. Yeah.
So you
Also,
would, if you were sending a wheel to California, you would do the same thing. You'd put an extra fan in it.
yes, of course. Yeah, I will prepare it for California.
Okay, so can you go ahead and put an extra fan in a Monster Pro? Just put my name on the side, and I'll take it out. I'll take it out to California. You said you could get it here in 7 days, right?
Yeah, I can do it.
All right,
It's
we'll talk.
I
We'll
have it.
talk. We'll talk.
You are talking about Monster Sport. I have in stock.
Yeah. Okay. So Real Talk asks, he said, can Daniel's customers fix his creations at home? Or is the technology too technical and only for EUC services to maintain? So if something you created, the Monster Sport, or the MSS, or any of your sport wheels, if it broke, could you talk someone through it on the phone, or could they take care of it here, or is it just so technologically changed that we probably would be at a disadvantage trying to fix what you did to make it
No,
better?
you just can change the main board, change the motor, the
Okay.
same like in ordinary wheels. There is nothing different. We
Okay.
also they are built also on the at the moment. We find Gateway main board so much powerful that they can handle big currents. But it is it is about adjusting the program. Yeah, when the program is adjusted to the motor correctly, so it doesn't, it use the power for it transforms good the electric power from to mechanic power without making the heat, which is
Not good.
not good. Yeah, which is not good. Yeah.
Okay,
So
Archie.
you want
Art,
you
go ahead.
wants to avoid heat.
Yes, we want to avoid heat.
Also, what happened, with the bigger, boards in the bigger motors, recent faulty, wheels was the bad cooling, which needs to be improved, and so they need to change the cooling. I hope they will do something with software, so the wheel will break better. And they, but China will manage to do it. You just need to
At
point to
some
them
point.
what needs to be improved, and they will work on it, and they will fix it. But not
with
maybe in
with some
the
guidance.
next stage, but not in the first stage of
Right.
development, but in the second or third. I just realized that when they stopped producing MSX 100V at 2019, and I realized that they made the last batches very good, perfect,
Okay.
the perfect MSX. So what was next? The last MSP, also very good.
Okay.
But I don't know why they quit making wheels when they are perfect.
Because they're trying to
They
do something better. They're trying to look for the next
no,
big thing.
yeah, of course. But where is the point? Because the scooter market is not developing so fast, it's
Right.
not changing so fast,
Well,
and
it's
maybe
it's
we
innovation
supposed to.
though. It's innovation. I think that innovation
But we
drives
pay.
the market.
Yeah, but we pay for it. Yeah,
We
we
do.
paid for it. Yeah, we pay for the new wheels.
Yeah. So
So maybe I think that everyone in his life is looking for his wheel, and
his perfect
I
wheel.
found, yeah, the perfect wheel. I
I don't.
found the Monster Sport, and
Yeah.
I am at this point when I'm looking into the future. I are getting heavier. What I have power, I have speed, I have everything. What do I need more?
Right.
I
But
can consider
suspension,
you put nylon over.
and we're on the precipice of an technology. I think that that's just my thought.
Will should I first V3 One Pro? I need to have.
Wheels for yourself, 7 Monster Sports. I definitely think
You
I
are,
need one.
for V3 Sport. I have, like two spare in the box, and I think I'm reached to 19 inches, and I also am like, addicted to adrenaline, and
Mhm.
you know, I can only stop on MSS when I switch to the slow mode, because the hard mode makes me, push, 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 and when I take a rest, sit, my colleague is coming to me, and he's telling me, Daniel, just switch it for the soft mode because you are getting crazy.
That's what they were telling me. Showtime was riding
Yeah,
with me in the group the other day, and they were like, "She's like, do you realize how fast you're riding?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I really don't." Because the EX was really smooth and it's easy to ride, and so I
but
was.
I like the torque version, and I like to accelerate very fast and
Hmm.
slow down
Hmm.
very hard. And
Hmm.
I am playing with accelerating and curving and braking.
Hmm.
Fast acceleration, braking, and you are just like are are on the wheel, and you swing around with your
Yeah,
body,
me too.
making it.
Yep.
Yeah, we making it. and you just accelerate very fast, and you accelerate and you brake, and you just, your
Yeah.
body is like, your body is like out of the straight,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time, somewhere.
And
Yeah.
and
So
I
it's,
do that, and I feel like I'm dancing on the wheel.
yes.
Like I'm like it's like a dance. I'm like flowing, you know. And
Yeah.
somebody asked me in the comments on one of the videos, they're like, "You all does the side to side always help you?" I'm like, "Yes." When I ride, I flow side to side and I do all kinds of
Yes.
moves. I'm like, that's me riding. That's when I'm really into the ride. When you see me really flowing, it's like he's all in. I'm all in, and it's like it makes I ride better. I feel like I go faster, quicker, than just leaning hard and going straight. I don't
Yeah.
ever really do that too often. It's usually I lean at an angle, then I lean at an angle, then I lean at an angle, and I do that quickly, and I
Yeah.
start, and it's just like I love that feeling. So
And I love the Monster V3 tire, the original one,
me too.
because it makes resistance. So it cannot. It is hard to take the wheel out of the line.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you need to push the force,
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
not like on 19 inches, but you just
Yeah.
move your feet and it dance. Yeah.
Not like the Z10. It's not like the Z10 because the Z10 had that
No.
super wide wheel and it was harder to
Yeah.
turn. It's got its own rhythm, the V3, and
I think
I
I
miss
I,
my
I think
V3.
I think it is like I have like I know how to push it hard, and in how much range it will turn exactly, and it is very accurate. What I want to do
Mm-hmm.
at that moment. Yeah, and there is high speed, big torque, and you are like you are like on Nicola, but you're riding Monster V3 Sport. And you
Yep,
are like on
definitely.
Nicola, and you see, and this is what Afis told me when he got this wheel. I am on 22 inches, and I am riding, and I feel riding 19 inches. How can it be?
Yeah, because well, I
Because
hear
of
I
because
really
the
do
the
hear
power
great things
the
about it.
power makes yeah the power makes the wheels lighter,
Mm-hmm.
and also you when you ride EX is the same. The wheel is very heavy, but when you ride it, it is not such heavy. And
He said you do all that until you get at the famous Gotway pedal dip.
where
See, but on even on the V3, for me, I was able to control, like predict the dip and roll with it. And even on the Sherman, when I ride the Sherman, there's dip, but I'm able to ride through it. I would prefer that there wasn't any dip. And from my understanding, like you said, the Monster Sport has the power and it stays hard, so you won't get that same Gotway
all
dip.
the same. Mm.
That what?
Mm.
Not the same,
There
right?
is no way. There is no way to dip.
Yeah.
I don't like the pedals, the nylon over, which are too slim, because my brain is getting crazy when I ride it, and I get too much information, to my body, and I cannot be so much precise.
Yeah.
So it is the matter to choose the right thickness version, because the slimmer ones are for the lighter riders.
Right.
But for heavy riders, you're supposed to think about, like make it on demand, or upon request, like 3 centimeters wide.
Yeah. So
I
you're
have I have it I have it now. I have it now, and they are very good.
listen. Your order. The Freestyler 7. He said we are the guys from Greece that ordered the two Monster Sports. Let Daniel go so he can prepare our wheels. Ah, guys, I'm not
They
holding him
know
hostage. We're having a conversation. but I do know that it's late over there, Daniel. So I will wrap it up. Again, another great conversation. What I before we check out, I did want to say, um, let me see. Well, he's further back, but Splice is in here. I popped one of his last comments up on the screen, but I wanted to put this up. He sent me you can't tell what it is. It's a box, but it's the splice guard for the Monster Pro. So I am anxiously waiting for my Monster Pro, and I got a guard so that I can have my Sherman rail on it.
How are you gonna test it? What you will wear for testing it?
I ain't
Because
crashing it.
I just open each wheel before I test it.
Oh yeah.
Before I ride it.
Okay.
So but I miss my dyno. The one I used for testing the MSS from MSP.
Right.
So, the one is building now is like 15 kV. So I am happy that maybe I can just tell to the customer what is the maximum speed for this wheel regarding this kilograms he weighs. Yeah. So he can just add something like 10% or 15, and you can be safe on it. But as I told you, you are never safe because electronics is faulty.
Right.
And
something can go.
Last year between May around the 20th of May, they released the machine they put into the machine wrong components. So they just put it inside the machine, and they put it on the boards, yeah, and they were breaking from the components were faulty.
Oh,
so you never
okay.
know, you never know what is the weakest part of your wheel.
Yeah, you have to understand, like you said, they're, and I tell people that all the time. These are electric vehicles. They're electric wheels. They're machines, and machines, although they are really good, are not infallible. They are only made up of parts, and sometimes those parts are faulty, and sometimes things happen inside that you can't control it. So you do have to be ready. That's another reason why I'm a huge proponent of gearing up every time you ride. I tell people all the time, you got to have gear on because you never know what's going to happen to you.
On high performance wheels, you need to wear the motorcycle suits,
yeah,
helmets, everything.
Yeah,
the best you can get. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, also you are not.
So Wheelware is telling me that it's almost 1 a.m. over there in Poland. And so they're still prodding me to let you go. But he also said,
"No, I'm not tired. I'm not tired.
No, the weakest. He said the weakest.
Maybe someone has.
The weakest part of the wheel is the rider. Would you agree with that? The weakest part of the wheel is the rider. You concentrate a lot, Daniel.
Yeah, but but I don't think so. It depends on the batch.
So if you get a bad batch, okay. Well,
the best is it depends if it is tested. If it is like good tested, and and on the batch.
Archie,
some new things can appear always.
Archie said, "Daniel, you don't get it. Erwin has to go. Mama is calling him for dinner." Archie is so stupid. But I do have to go. I will tell you that once again, you have my head spinning. You said some stuff that I really I just don't know. And what I love is that it is here and it's archived, so I can always refer to it. But I will be calling you. And what would you suggest people check? Because I mean, there's instructions out there. Do you have some up on EUC service as well as pre-checks that people should do when they get a wheel? If they didn't get it from you.
They just need to tighten all bolts. Don't forget about the bolts on the mainboard because it may get loose. Also, the sealing of the mainboard. So, if I we have, so we found, many faulty mountings of components because of the rush, because it looks like it was dinner time, so someone didn't finish his work, but he puts the cover on it when he get back.
That happens. I don't care what nobody says. That happens.
These are just people, yeah. They
Yeah.
work like we do work, yeah. And
Sometimes you get those wheels that yeah. Guy number
it's when
15,
when
he
when
didn't
I
have a
when
good
I when
day.
I take a look when I take a look on this, I consider, maybe it's better to have two wheels instead of one, like scooter.
Yeah, I do too. I think of that. I bought a scooter for
The
my daughter, and I'm like, well, if something goes wrong, it's better to have more than one wheel under you. But
the
hey,
the
this is what we do. So, all right, Daniel. Again, guys, eucservice.com. Check on Daniel. Check on the sport version of the wheels that he's coming up with. He also sells all the wheels that we are looking for. So hopefully soon.
not only standard, not only sport, standard also,
Yes, that's what
just
I mean. All the wheels that we're looking for. So if you're looking for a wheel and
we
especially if you're in Poland or his part of the area, it's super easy, but he can also ship to the US. And he's figured out some
we
shipping
just
things so he can get you your wheels quickly. So he's another resource if you guys are looking for wheels.
we just put the time frames the will appear in Europe, so they can just, when they buy in the wheel, they can choose the time period, and when we will have them in stock soon, you can just choose, like
Okay.
15 to 21 days period instead of 20, more than 25,
Right.
or 7 to 10 days, when they are closer. We have this information, and
Okay.
so it's I think it's easier now.
Okay, so I'm just gonna send you my address for the Monster Sport. Hang on. All right, so we will talk to you guys next time. Again, I'm gonna be away in Puerto Rico, so it's at least a week. It might be another week. I'm not sure, but as usual, I will at least try to put up the schedule ahead of time, or at least a day ahead to let you know that I'm gonna be on. There's still a handful of interviews that I'm planning to do if they all work out, but I definitely coming soon. I did a little bit of a range ride on the EX, so I'm gonna put up the range ride next, and then I'll be able to put up my final my big guy review on the EX. So that's coming soon. So you guys have a good night. It was once again great talking to you again, Daniel. I
Thank you
would
very
say get
much.
some. I would say get some sleep, but no, there's some guys waiting for you to put a wheel together. Anything you
I
want
get
to say
used to
to him
it.
before you go, Daniel?
I get used to this.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to them before you go?
To the guys,
Yes. Not to anyone, to everyone watching. There's still
ride
almost
safe,
50 people here, so.
yeah, ride safe. Ride safe, and consider what you are doing.
Yes.
It doesn't the ride doesn't depend only on the wheel, but also on the rider.
Okay. Well, I
So
thank you,
it's
Daniel. I thank you once again. And we will see you in another show coming up soon because I'm sure you're going to have more to talk to us about. So thank you, Daniel.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything.
Yes, yes. So for everybody who's out there, I just want to say again, thank you. I've been extremely busy, but I have been able to make my way back just in time to to do these shows. So yes, Archie, I am running up to eat. It is time to get something to eat. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, guys, remember, ride hard and keep it real. Till the next time. Peace.